chili peppers.
I hope you're not going to have today. YouTube.
What's up, people? My name is Timmy Nakuru.
I'm not a Christian.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV radio, we dare to lead. Elegbete TV radio, redefining broadcasting.
Listen! Benedict, how are ya? Yeah, let's get the show started. It's been a while, Benedict. We're still sending our condolences to you, man. It's tough. I see your videos. I was like, man, this is a tough kid. All right, guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Matteo Moretto. You love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. It's a lovely morning. Congratulations once again to the Madrid fans. It's Hala Madrid. Yes, to every Madrid fans out there. I played that song this morning, but then I realized I'm doing YouTube and that might just cost me copyright penalty. So I didn't have the luxury of, being able to play. It's one of those things that happened, but congratulations to Madrid fans. Conventional radio will be able to play, but not me, because everything here is about copyright, right this, right that. Josie Annie, great morning to you, boss. Great morning to you, too. The beautiful thing is all those hanging that was happening last week. It's not happening. Eze Patrick, good morning, boss. Good to be here again. Yeah, what an incredible week it has been as football fans. Nice journey. Yes. The word journey now is very, very synonymous with us. When I hear the word journey, it just brings back all of the ideas that we're cooking and incubating and trying to work on. Son of a king, how you doing? I think I went to Dubai and I gained a brother, not a friend, just a brother. This guy, son of a king. I think if you're on Instagram, you should follow him. Son _a_king 19. I think if you follow him, you would understand. Yeah, this guy is brilliant, very intelligent. You see, when I see graduates that are playing football, I just kind of like feel good about it. He's a good communicator as well. Cool-headed guy, one Nigerian guy that like on one corner of my head, I'm praying that God should elevate him. But then these days I've always said that I'm not going to be praying my desire on anybody. I'm praying like, God, whatever your will is for this person's or that person's, make it come to pass. Don't make them suffer too much that they will not veer off the course, because sometimes it happens when pressure makes people do things that they are not supposed to do. And over the course of the last couple of days, I've been getting messages, people telling me what they're going through, man. The country is tough. It's tough. I'm dealing with the same kind of issues, but I don't know. I just have a way of, it's like I appear to people to be very, very successful, and that's bad. The way people, when people like, we try to get real talk, level up in conversation, and people like, that feel, oh, good now, you do okay, everything fine. I'm like, you don't know half the truth. You don't know half the truth. And, in Worry, there's this parable that we have. We say, don't worry, guys, we'll talk about sports. But let's talk about real life issues sometimes. There's this conversation that we always, this proverb that they say in Worry, now pressure the boss pipe. You see, pipe no one boss on your own, but too much pressure. So the same thing, you could be working on this track, you want to be God's will, and you want to do good. All your mind is to do good. Then pressure comes, pressures of life, bills. Bills can be frustrating. And bills come, health issues come, seeing the rest of the world pass you by. Let me not use the word your mates. Seeing the rest of the world pass you by, and knowing that you have made up your mind to do the right things and you've applied yourself in the right way, you follow the right principle, do everything right. But at every turn, it seems like when you make a turn, you're going like 200 steps backward. Those pressure can make you do the things that you swore you never ever do. And I remember what my mom used to say, that if there's one thing she want me to learn from life is never judge anybody, because you don't know the half of their story. What you see is just what's in front of you, but there's the whole half. And she would take me to, we used to have this pond where you have duck. She would take me to where the duck are, and you see the duck, they're gliding on top. And she would say, the struggle underneath. And I don't know how an illiterate woman knew all those things, but my mom was pretty very, very brilliant for a person who didn't go to school, And she said there's a whole lot of struggle with the small legs to keep the body afloat. So if you judge from the top, you would miss the whole struggle underneath. So maybe that I grew up not knowing how to judge people. So whether somebody's a street hawker or whatever, but she would also say there is never a right way of doing the wrong thing. And my mom is very, very contradictory too. She'll tell you all these things finish. Then when it comes to our own children, she'll not come again and tell you there's never a right way of doing the wrong thing. You have to do right. Mama the briefing, which is a good name is better than riches. And that thing used to piss me off, because I just felt like that was the reason why we're poor. She was looking for good name, and better than riches. People have riches we don't have. But now I'm grown, right? I know better. Yes, and I know better. So let me just throw this one out there, so people know, especially those of you in Nigeria who have friends, family members, abroad. You see, that somebody is abroad does not necessarily mean that all is well. They might be taking in the ambience, the beauty of the society that they are in, that they are living in, and everything is fine. But to be very, very honest with you, everything might be very, very tight for them. So when you send them messages to send you money and they don't send you, please show understanding. Don't go and gossip them to people, because I think that's a common thing that people do. That not gossip them to people that I don't go abroad. When he was in Nigeria, we were eating together. When the ones that were helping him now, he's gone abroad, he's abandoned us, he's made new friends. It's not really make new friends. Sometimes when you send them those messages and they can't help you, it actually break their heart. It's just that there is a system of pride in a lot of Nigerians who go abroad that make them want to paint this story that everything is fine. They are afraid to tell you that the struggle is real, times are rough and all that. They just behave like everything is fine. Because if you go to malls and city centers and beautiful places and snap pictures and put on your status and everything, people think that you're fine. I remember when I had that picture at Federal Palace Hotel with Femi Otedola, almost everybody that I know that I went to school with, people that I've not spoken to for like 20, 25, 26 years, were sending me proposals. I should hook them up with Otedola. Obviously, I don't know Otedola, but as I tried to explain to them that we just met, we were eating at a buffet, and he just liked what I was saying, and he just said, "Well done." And I used the opportunity to just go take a picture with him, and I was excited. I was having a picture with a billionaire. That's my dream. I want to be like him. I want to be on the Forbes list. Okay, yeah. People look every time I say this, people like, your time don't pass. That's what people keep telling me, but we'll see. And I remember everybody thought, oh, Edafe, I hear people say, Edafe, don't be roll with big boys, don't they cut off. And at that same time, I was having pictures with Alibaba, Amaju Pini, FIFA president, I was traveling. But I was practically traveling to build a company that is struggling. I'm putting this out because over the weekend, some guys that live in, like 3 different people, one in the UK, one in Finland, one in the US, sent me different messages of screen grab of what their friends are saying about them in Nigeria and how the reality of their struggles are in the abroad. And then I remember I interviewed somebody when I went to Dubai, and he was telling me, Moretto was telling me, one guy like that was just saying in the interview about how, back home here, everybody's grew up in Nigeria, everybody's expecting them to bring money, but they can't even survive. They can't even survive there. But when they don't respond, it hurts them that they are not able to respond, but people just think that, this one no ahead. God don't do for them now. Don't forget people. Don't forget boys. We should try and mellow down those emotions, because you're actually putting them in more under more pressure. Like I said earlier, pressure on any boss, but putting them under more pressure, and you might just lead them to do things that they don't plan to do. You don't want to lead a good person into a bad life because of the kind of pressure you're putting on them. One of the things that I've realized is money is meant to be spent. When people have money, they will spend it. You understand me? And nothing tastes better than spending money with the people that you know, you grew up with, you love. That's one of the things that I've known. When you see people, there's nobody that is stingy. People either have money or they don't have money. People either have money that they are putting on the project. Okay, so let me give you, when this project started, there was a time I had an 11 million in my hand. 11 million. My wife needed some money and I couldn't give to her, but she knew I had 11 million. I was buying equipment. I was shipping every day. I'm on the computer, ordering things from Amazon, from B&H in New York, assembling things together. And, before I know, 11 million are gone. But she just wanted, 2 million and I couldn't give to her that time. But because she's my wife, she understood what I was doing. Imagine it was an outsider saying all of those things. So you get money, no one help. So sometimes people have projects that they are putting their money into and they're just focused on it. It's just like transfer. You look at your club, you say our club have a foreign owner, is supposed to be spending money like Man City, like Paris Saint-Germain, but hey, they have other project that they're taking care of that Man City is not taking care of. So let's come back to the football story. I just thought I should put that out. I might just be speaking to somebody. I might just be changing somebody's orientation about their friends and family members abroad. I might just be touching the heart of somebody. Sometimes it's your friends abroad, they need encouragement. Sometimes just even you self, just gather, buy something from me and send to them. Or go online and buy something, get their address, buy something online with your card and ship it to their doorstep. With your name, with a very beautiful card on their birthday, something like I do that a lot to people that are living abroad. Do that. Sometimes it might just hit them in a place where you never thought possible. Remember, the only reason Solomon got the blessings he got was because he did 1,000 burnt offering. He shocked God. And then God came down to speak with him, saying that you have done this, what do you want from me? Sometimes that's just the way it is. Don't always be the one who wants to receive because somebody is abroad, you think that they are stealing money. Abroad, the bills high past the bills for Nigeria, or more don't lie. Some people 1 month rent for abroad, that means your 1 full year house rent for Nigeria. I don't know, but people abroad, you guys should join this conversation and make it nice. I know that I was supposed to be talking sports, but sometimes we need to break this conversation down and let these people back home, whether you're in Nigeria, Ghana, anywhere, and you're looking up to your friend and your brother in the abroad. And it takes years to settle, to find your feet. Sometimes they go there, they do menial job, they get out of that menial job, they want to go to school, they are living on paycheck to paycheck, mark to mark, 12 hours hard work, or 8 hours, or 10 hours. It's not easy. Just bear with them, okay? I thought I should put that out because of some of the messages that I've got. Now let's come back and talk about sports. What a wonderful way to end the season. I remember when Real Madrid beat Chelsea, knocked Chelsea out of the Champions League, I said, this is the behavior of a team that goes on to win the Champions League, right? This is the behavior of team that goes on to win the Champions League. In 2012, after Chelsea came back from deficit against Napoli, it didn't look like they were good enough. They kept going. Worst of all, they were playing against Bayern Munich inside the Allianz Arena, inside Bayern Munich's home ground. They went on to win it. And people are like, oh, this Real Madrid is not good enough. They're just lucky. They don't have a lucky season to win the league title. See where we ended up. When they say, oh, Man City, they meet Man City will tear them apart. Well, we saw what happened. Once Man City considered that goal, I made it 4-2. I said, this is the goal that knocks Man City out of the Champions League. 4-1 would have been good, but 4-2, this is the goal that knocked them out. Anything that happened at the Bernabeu is not an issue. This game, this penalty that Omar Laporte stretched his hand up and concede, this is a goal that knocked them out. People say, after they talk, I just want to be noticed. Well, we saw it happen. And then again, everybody said, Liverpool is a different beast, a different machine. And I reminded people that, look, this Liverpool team, they played the FA Cup finals, they didn't score. A penalty they wait for. They played Carabao Cup finals, they didn't score. Beyond that one, they've been shaky, trying to get goals. If you judge them by their form in the Premier League, you're making a mistake because the Premier League, these last 3 seasons have been horrible. The Premier League have dropped down. There are only 2 teams in the Premier League, which Liverpool is one of them. But if you look at the other opponents that they are playing and use it to judge the Champions League, you're making a mistake. When they play Benfica, I think they considered 3 goals. And I said, all these clubs are not in the Madrid standard. The Madrid are the very expert at playing Champions League finals. They don't play finals. They win finals. No. See, if you want to get Madrid out of the Champions League, make sure you do it quarterfinals, group stage, or round of 32, or whatever they call it. Do it early. Once they don't sniff that semi, they don't get to the finals. Count it all gain for them, or count it as one of their trophy. People thought I was talking rubbish. We saw, hey, Godfrey Sampson, greetings from Hanover. I hope my opening monologue didn't piss you guys off, but those of you in the abroad, please, you guys should join the conversation and educate your people, your friends, and your buddies back home in Nigeria so that they know the truth. Because the way people think that, okay, you want to just go to the abroad, so they just dash on money, you guys should deal with that matter so that some people really know what the truth is. Daily Man, I said weeks ago, they talk this thing, say we don't see Liverpool winning the final because Madrid not different animal for final. I said it. They said, oh, they say, I don't know what I'm saying, that this Liverpool are hot. It's the Patrick them. They say Liverpool are hot. The thing about Liverpool again is look at all the finals that they played. Even the one they won against Tottenham Hotspur, they were not really that good. Liverpool are going gradually to go and become that team they call the elite team. They are beginning to look like Liverpool gradually. They are looking like Macabala gradually. Yes, they won the Champions League against Spurs. They also have won almost every title, I agree. But somewhere in the midst of this conversation, Liverpool with this great form, thank God they won, at least they won the Champions League. They also won the league. But you see, they've not won the league in 30 years. The way Liverpool fans are going, you almost think that they're winning the league every season in the last 30 years. But, well, I'm not trying to rain it on their parade here. But if you look at the Premier League, if not for Man City, Liverpool probably would have had like 3 or 4. But unfortunately, there's Man City. Now, twice in the finals, Madrid in Kiev and in Paris. Madrid, I've knocked them out. I've won them. So people should just be very, very careful how they rate this Liverpool. The one that pissed me off the most was Michael Owen coming out to say that Liverpool is the best team in Europe. For what? For winning 2 minor trophies this season? Not winning the league? And I say they got 92 points. If you say they got 92 points, what are the people that won the league with 93 points? What are you saying? Saviki say, to be honest, Liverpool didn't deserve to win the UCL. They did not meet strong opposition to they face Madrid. Imagine playing 3 finals without scoring a goal. Well, you have a point there, and Madrid again. Another reason why you say Madrid deserve this thing is they beat 3 teams from England. They knocked them out. Okay, they beat Chelsea, they beat Man City, they beat Liverpool, they played with Inter Milan in the group stage, and they undone them. They're the champions of Italy. They knocked out Paris Saint-Germain, champions of France. Okay, no, they were not champions of France when they played last season anyway, because it was Lille that won the title. But I'm just giving you the best things for all of these leagues played against the wild Liverpool. I'm not raining on Liverpool's parade, but I'm just saying that we should be careful how we rate this Liverpool and make them look like one of the strongest teams of all time. How can they be when all they have from this season is the minor trophy? Not like they also won it last season. So we should be very. They beat 1, 2, 3 of the English league. These guys are so nice. Okay, and let's not forget that Liverpool also went into the finals of the FA Cup and lost it some time ago. So if you look, they are becoming a nearly team rather than a winning team. But hey, everybody have a different way of celebrating their team. So let me not come here and then people think I'm using Babele. Well, it's time for us to get in on the gist. Let's start naming the players that we want our clubs to sign. Having said that, the Super Eagles played against Mexico in Dallas at the AT&T Arena in Dallas. It was 2-1. First half, we were not really solid. They pressed us all through the game anyway, but the scoreline was manageable. Okay, to think that they scored first, we equalized, we considered our own goal by Trustekong, another own goal again. I considered one own goal at the Nations Cup. But I look at the team in general and I said, okay, if you consider, I've given my take on that one already. There's a video for it on the YouTube channel, but I just want to recap. If you consider the distance that they had to travel, the whole, Mexico being more at home than we are, new coach, new set of players coming together, I think I'll give the team a pass. I'll give them a 5/10. There was not really much of us pressing. It was It was Mexico doing all the pressing, all the push, all the drive, and all that. But I mean, this was a meet and greet for the new coach, Jose Peseiro. This was a meet and greet opportunity for him. So we just hope that they go there. Daily Man, honestly, soon stop posing Liverpool as the strongest side in Europe. I don't understand why they do that anyway, but it's strange. when Michael Owen came out to say that, I was shocked, like, oh, come on. That is you should say, but this is not it. Beyond the suit, said Madrid and the USA have the mentality of Northern Nigeria during presidential election. They think it's their birthright. Yes, and nobody could have said it better. This is exactly the way it should be said. Madrid don't go to Champions League finals thinking, what if we lose? They don't look at their attitude, look at their body language. They come into the finals with the, well, we're champions. We're champions. They don't give you these options of, it's possible we lose. Or look, they have more Champions League than most big clubs have FA Cups. I'm not talking league titles now. They have more Champions League than most of the top clubs. They have more Champions League than Chelsea's league titles. They have more Champions League than Arsenal's league titles. They have more Champions League than Arsenal's FA Cup. Arsenal have 13 FA Cup and the most in the English league, but they have more Champions League than them. We're not talking league titles now. Go across all the league. They have more Champions League than other countries' top clubs, FA Cup or league titles. That's to tell you who Real Madrid. Real Madrid are a beast when it comes to this competition. They win it like, I mean, imagine Karim Benzema have 5. Karim Benzema, what's their captain's name now? Marcelo, Luka Modric, Gareth Bale, all have 5 Champions League trophies to their name. Some clubs don't have 5. Hey, 5. It means that anytime you see Real Madrid in the finals of the Champions League, you might as well just give it to them and say, forget, let's just go home and take our silver medal. No need to, let's play a friendly game and just go. Let's mark this game as friendly, but the title is already theirs. Well, Temi Perekembi, a long time, man. He said Real Madrid printed number 14 before Man City's second leg. When I saw 14 on jersey, that confidence and winning culture is crazy. How do you think clubs or national teams build a winning culture? So, a winning culture is vested from constant winning. So, it's like, let me tell you, being a Nigerian makes you a survivor. The weakest Nigerian will survive the toughest situation anywhere in the world. And if you travel a lot, and you take time to listen to story, even though we are also the highest amount of backstabbers in the world, I'm sorry to say, to disappoint anybody, Nigerians backstab themselves more. But when it comes to surviving, you know why? Because if you're born and raised in Nigeria, you'll be surviving things that people, if you tell your counterpart from across the world, they don't even believe it happens. Like, if, for instance, you tell an American that there was, when you were growing up, there was no transformer in your area, transformer blew, and for 2 years, it didn't give you light. An American will not understand, or European cannot comprehend it. It will keep telling him a story and will be wondering if this is true or this is the figment of your imagination. Because since he was born, such a thing has never happened, right? But a Nigerian would adapt and survive with it. The thing with building champions is when you walk into Madrid, they take you on a tour. And I spoke to some journalists and said, when they sign a player, before they do your presentation, they take you on a tour and show you the names of Esubio, this person, that one, Raul, Herrero. They show you all of them lifting Champions League trophy, lifting the league title. And they make you understand that winning the league here is not a big deal. Winning the league in this club, if you win the league for us, not a big deal. You're not going to be the first, second, third. It's not something that, oh, when you win it, we'll get excited. The goal, the holy grail of this club is winning the Champions League. And look at the number of people that have won it. Look at the number of goals that have scored. Look at the number of best players that were produced. Raul was once upon a time the top goal scorer in this competition when that was a conversation. Then Ronaldo came in and broke the record. Now there's Karim Benzema. So the top 3 are Madridists. So you have to be able to match that record to be able to be reckoned with. And then they tell you the history, the tradition. You go home and you're thinking about it like, if you sign for Arsenal, for instance, the biggest thing you need to achieve is to beat Spurs home and away. Go and win at Spurs. You see how, that mentality is different. Or if you play for Man City now, it's okay, win the league. We're hoping you're going to be the first generation that win the Champions League. But this one is, you've seen people that have won it. Coaches have come here and become icons. Players have come here and become legendary figures. And then they refer you to where they were before. Zidane was in Juventus before he came here. This one was here before he came here. This one was with Ajax before he... You see all these names and you're like, wow, I just want to be with them. You know how they say, if you are the sixth person among 5 rich people, you are the sixth one. So it's the same thing. When you're in good company, that's how you build the winning mentality. It's a hard thing anyway. It's something that you keep emphasizing, you keep affirming it. And one of the things that brings me to one of the conversations that we like to have in Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, people like to tell you that you should be quiet about what you're doing. You shouldn't talk. You talk too much. I've heard people say that if I don't talk too much, what's it called? I saw the other, just one interview that Perisic have done. People are already saying he's talking too much. You see, in Nigeria, we like to shut people down. Look at some of the most successful people. They announce their successes way before they become successful. Barack Obama, the audacity of hope, to write that book and say the things that he said, dreams from my father. Say the things that he said in that book tells you when you start saying it successful, you don't get surprised. And this guy saw this thing. This guy started saying this thing before. Muhammad Ali, before he became one of the greatest boxers of all time, he started saying, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest. I will knock you down in the 4th round. I'll knock you down in the 7th round. And you start putting this thing because sometimes the universe, you challenge the universe to work. When you start saying this thing, and the universe look at you like, well, wait, this guy is serious. The elements will begin to align for you. And that's the way champions are built. But when you say the things you say, you should also be ready to put in the work that matches it. And that's how to create a culture. But sometimes we don't do that. And that's a problem anyway. Let's go beyond the suit. Says Bass's cross to Desas was excellent. We need more of such kind of delivery into the box. Now I understand why you have been angry at Simon and Co for not being able to make simple crosses into the box. People don't understand. Say, if I don't know anything in football, I'm a white player. That's what I do. And I know how frustrating it is if I whip in a cross. If I whip in a cross, a good cross, and a defender defends it, I'm okay. But when you whip in a cross that passes the head of everybody, you cross a corner that passes the head of everybody, or doesn't go past the first, it is lack of competence. But when I say it, people call it beef. And I don't know why people do that. People call it beef. When you see people crossing, Liverpool's success is tied to what Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold do. If those guys don't know how to whip in the crosses, Liverpool practically be out of the top 4. So those things you look out for in your white man. But when I say it, people don't understand. You know why? Because for so many years, we have not been blinded with not having people who really know how to cross the ball. Crosses are a very dangerous weapon. Imagine if Kevin De Bruyne had crossed that ball to Ike Gundogan. Liverpool would have been champions. So sometimes you just need people who know how, because crossing is at the very heart of decision making. You know who to give the ball to, where to put the ball, delivery. It's delivery service. But hey, let's not even talk about Moses Simon again. I'm done talking about him. Tammy Perekemia say Ceballos said the night before he saw Madrid, Benzema, and Kroos playing cards. Yeah, because they were sure. They were sure. And you know the funny thing, let me tell you, when you play against an opponent that you have beaten before, and going to see, let me tell you how I knew Liverpool were going to lose. Liverpool played first in the semi-finals and qualified for the finals. And the first thing that Mohamed Salah would say is, we want Madrid. We have scored to settle. I also told myself, this thing is still affecting him. Psychologically, he's lost it. He's giving initiative to Madrid. Madrid are coming into the finals like, small boys, we're not beating them before now. You understand? That psychological edge is there. That advantage is there. Whether you like it or not, it's there. I remember when I used to do our tackle. And let me tell you guys a secret. So tackle is one of the shows that I hate the most because it doesn't make sense, actually. It's not a show that makes sense. There was no rationale behind the show. But we just were depicting what regular average football fans do in front of newspaper, you know. So that's what we're depicting. But you know why I don't like the show was the headache I get after every show, because it's too demanding, it's too tasking, and it's not a progressive show. It's not a show that, oh, you will grow, you become a better person, you need to do research. Yes, you do research, but one of the things that I noticed was when we started, they said, oh, you should not win all the time. One person should not be winning all the time. But hey, I'm not that kind of guy. I don't know how to pretend about things. I'm going to go there and fight for it. So I started winning too much that it became an issue. We had a meeting and they said, okay, they should take it down. They start saying, okay, give him the weakest position. So you could say, I remember we had one argument, Alexis Sanchez versus Cristiano Ronaldo. Me and overdose. Who's the best player? Like, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. How can you compare Alexis Sanchez, Nigeria, with Cristiano Ronaldo, America. It doesn't make sense. But guess what? I won the attack. Because before we started, I'd already started reminding Overdose of the series of losses he's taking from me, how he doesn't know how to argue, how he's only making noise. And he was already intimidated. He came on the mic, he couldn't remember the things that Ronaldo had achieved. And then he started spewing wrong facts. Guess what? When he got to my turn, I didn't say anything about Alexis Sanchez. I just attacked the wrong facts that he put about Cristiano Ronaldo, and everybody voted for me. That's the thing about football, psychology. Sometimes that's all you just need. That's all you need. And that's what Madrid have. They have the psychological edge over any opposition in the Champions League. It doesn't matter who you are. When you're coming, from the dressing room, from the tunnel, they're already telling you, guy, remember who we beat. There's nobody in football world that was not beaten in the finals. If you've beaten us once, if we meet you again, we've beaten you. Okay, so Liverpool, you beat us in 1981. We beat you recently, KF. And we're going to beat you again. Name anybody that will play in Champions League finals. The only thing that I guess they've not played is Barcelona. I don't know if they have. We've beaten them. So who you really be, anybody from any league who played against them, and we've beaten them. So you're not the guys that we should be afraid of. And it's that psychological edge that always pull them through. I don't know. It's going to be difficult for anybody to be able to find a way to beat Madrid in the Champions League finals anyway, going forward. Stefanik said, Elegota, did you see what my boy Siridesa played yesterday? Now, Osimhen don't see competition. See, nobody's arguing against Siridesas, but you will see what I'm saying as we progress. You see, he scored, he won, we lost, we're fine. Is that not how you guys were chatting Polono Wachu? Where is it? Let's give it time. You would understand. Let's say hypothetically, this transfer window, because we're still talking of him playing for going to Feyenoord or going back to Belgium. Hypothetically, Victor Osimhen goes to either Newcastle, Arsenal, Man United, or any team in the Premier League. You will not be saying this conversation when he starts scoring in England. You won't be saying this. That's my point. Does Osimhen need competition? It needs. It needs the push to get him better. Without Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo would not be where he is. But the way Nigeria works, that's my fear. So that's the mentality we need to fix first. One mistake will make Nigerians forget all of the things you've done well. And those mistakes will come. It happens in football. It is football. It will definitely happen. One mistake. Desas is one mistake away from being a useless player. That's how Nigerians see football. And we should not forget that. We should not take that out of the conversation, because if you take that out of the conversation, you are just pretending that you're following football. You're not. Okay. SM_billionaire, I said 9 times out of 10, Liverpool would have won Madrid. The game was more like a mid-table team win a top team. That's not taking the fact that Madrid deserved to win because they took their chances. Well, I don't understand where you get your mid-table analogy from, but from what I see, I was listening to some of that presenters, people talking on radio. I spent time listening to people from the Champions League and reaction and all that. I was saying, if not for the goalkeeper, Madrid wouldn't have won it. And I was like, okay, is Thibaut Courtois an NBA player? Like, does he play for Charlotte Hornets? Does he play for Golden State Warriors? Is he a player for the Lakers? If not for the goalkeeper, he's not supposed to be there. If not for Alisson, you know how many goals Madrid would have also scored? It's just football. Let's not forget that Benzema scored a legitimate goal that only God knows where they brought that offside from. So tomorrow I still stand by it. That was the goal. But hey, we said this. A goalkeeper saved what he saved. They played what they played. Other times, maybe they would have won it. But you should also understand that if you look at that game carefully, you will notice that Liverpool players froze when it matters most. They were desperate. They are calm that you normally see when they play against Watford, when they play. And it's that same thing that I always say about Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not going to rain in on his parade. I'm not going to run in there. But I think that Kevin De Bruyne gets praises for things that he shouldn't be praised. When you play well against Aston Villa, play well against Watford, play well against Brighton at home, that doesn't make you a great player. When the ships are done, you know why Zidane is the legend that he is? Zidane always shows up in the great games. You see him play against South Africa and play rubbish and collect a red card. You see him play against Iran and play rubbish. Bring Brazil on. You see Zidane show up on the party. Bring Italy. You see him show up on the party. You see him really perform. Bring Portugal. You see him run the menace on the opposition. That's when I judge you. You look at that game. All Liverpool needed was a cool head on a cool shoulder. There were times where they were too desperate. They were too much in a hurry to shoot or to score, to slam the ball. And in those tiny little mistakes, football is a game of moment, margin, and transition. In those tiny moments, when they lost the game, if we want to talk tactics, yes, we want to go tactical and technical in this finals. They didn't have the calm, the nerves that Madrid had. Don't forget that when Ceballos came into that game, he had like 2 chances to bury the ball in the net, but just didn't have it. Legs were shaking. They were already celebrating the trophy even before the final. So I won't agree with you when you say Madrid looked like a mid-table team. Liverpool played 40 minutes of that game. After that, it was Madrid all the way. They just used their experience. They knew that, okay, they can't match Liverpool speed for speed, but they could just frustrate them. They know when to punctuate their transition, their flow, their movement, and everything. And then the goalkeeper was in top form. That's what you do anyway in the finals. If you want to make a mark, you come at top. That's what you do in the finals, and that's exactly what happened. So kudos to them, but I don't want to agree that Madrid, you want to put Madrid in the mid-table conversation. I don't agree with you on that one. Precious 70K, he said James and Ben injury cost Chelsea a lot last season. You know, say if an Arsenal coach or Arsenal fan, I told me now when I go insult them. They signed 30 players. You say 2 players injury cause them problem. I don't expect that. I expect Pep haters to also criticize Klopp. You just call them Pep haters. Are they Klopp haters? They are not. But I also think that Klopp gets away with a lot of things anyway. And one of the things that I like to say to people is this: if you want to praise Klopp, praise Klopp. If you want to praise Jose Mourinho, praise Jose Mourinho. If you want to praise Pep Guardiola, praise him. Once you start rubbishing Pep to praise Klopp, it means that Klopp is not good enough. Once you start rubbishing Pep to praise Mourinho, it means Mourinho is not good enough. Because if what they are doing is good enough, their good should stand out without needing to rubbish another person. And that's one of the things that I always say about most marketing strategy that I don't like. Don't destroy another product to sell your product. It doesn't make sense. Even in politics too. Don't damage another person to sell your stuff. Nigerians buy into that kind of thing a lot. That's how Buhari came into power. Buhari didn't show us anything he wants to do. He's understanding. That's why he was running away from debate, because that's where you have the real conversation. He didn't really show us his understanding of the problem. That's why none of the problems that we had pre-Buhari have abated. Because we let him to tell us how bad our Jonathan is now. APC is looking for that same corrupt Goodluck Jonathan to be their party. Shifted their presidential primaries so that they will see who's coming from PDP, so that they will now manipulate the best candidate that they can get. You understand? So that they can hold on to power. That APC is even romancing with Goodluck Jonathan tells you that all those propaganda back in the day was just gist. Now, I just veered into politics, but I'm telling you, I don't think we need to rubbish Pep to praise Klopp, and I don't think we need to rubbish Klopp to praise Pep. All of them, Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, these are great coaches of this generation. When I was growing up, we had Mario Zagallo, we had Otmar Hitzfeld, we have Alberto Zaccaroni, we have Marcello Lippi, we have one of the greatest of them at club level, Arrigo Sacchi, we have Goros at Asia Oze. We never, there was never a debate of because this one win and this one is a fraud, this one is a scam. No. We had Louis Van Gaal, we have Fabio Capello, all of these coaches, they were good. They were appreciated for being good coaches. And then there was the guy at Liverpool, Gerard Houllier, and all of those people. They were appreciated. I don't know what the generation decided that, to praise one coach, you must rubbish the other one first, you must put them down. I don't think that's the best way. I don't come from that generation, so it's hard for me to really swing that way for you. But wait, it is what it is. What your generation does is what you will swing with. But I'm not part of that generation anyway. S7 Escabilion says that it's not easy to have the nerve when you are tired. Liverpool played 63 games. It's almost impossible for them to be on the same wavelength with Madrid, who won the league 4 weeks ago. That's an excuse, you know. Excuse don't buy success. That's an excuse. If Liverpool were playing against a smaller team, they would have used that same nerve to play. So let's not give that excuse. Real Madrid did play 10 games in the season, and they also played big games. And then in the Champions League, they played against stronger opposition than Liverpool. So you can't get it your way all the time. This one is, you're making it sound like because of they didn't know those number of games, and they should have forfeited the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup early enough and focused on winning the league and winning the Champions League, which are the big competition. So I don't think you want to give me that excuse. That's why they have a big squad, and they were playing all their senior players in every competition, like Jose Mourinho does with Chelsea back in the day. So you can't excuse that. That's their own take. They pursued the league title even when it seemed like Man City were never going to lose it. So don't blame the number of games that they played. Okay, you just said Arnold and Robertson won the league. No, I didn't say. Did I say that? Oh, that's a mistake. No, what I meant is push them to the very top. You know that's a mistake already. There's no need typing this. And like I said, where do you put this man called Ancelotti now? It's on top of the pipe. Ancelotti didn't really need any, you know, Italian coach are the same all over. Whether it's Capello, whether it's Arrigo Sacchi, whether it's Alberto Zaccaroni, Marcello Lippi, there's one other one I've forgotten now. All of these guys don't need the media hype to be great coaches. Even Italian players, from Roberto Baggio to Paolo Rossi to Salvatore Schillaci to Dino Baggio to Christian Vieri, Alessandro De Pero, Andrea Pello, they don't need the hype. Italians are not like that. When you're good, you're good. So top of the whole pie is Carlo Ancelotti. His record is there. He's won the league in all of the top 5 leagues in Europe. He's won them. He's won more Champions League as a player than some other players, but he's won it twice as a player and 4 times as a coach. Hey, 6 Champions League trophies hanging on his trophy cabinet, more than some clubs have. Clubs that have been here for 150 years plus. So are we going to discuss Carlo Ancelotti right now? We should spend an entire show to talk about Carlo Ancelotti. Okay, and as Victor said, Liverpool that did not beat any of the top 4 teams. No, people forget that anyway. PSG would have given Ancelotti more time to deliver the Champions League, where they were in a hurry. They tried to do the Roman Abramovich model, and it backfired on them. Okay, let's go down to YouTube now. Beyond the Soft say, very true. Ibrahimovic, Mourinho, etc. Beyond the Soft, how do you rate the performance of the NFL players in the friendly against, MPFL players in friendly against Mexico? I think they did well. You know what I always say about footballers is time is of the essence. You need to give them time. You need to allow them blend with the team. For coming together short time, training just 2 days, 3 times before that game, and some of them meeting their teammate for the very first time. So you know the thing about football is you got to understand players. You know the one who wants the ball long. You know the one who wants it short. Those adaptation time, they've not had it. So I can't rate them low. I rate all of them below. Above average. It team generally didn't play well. Oh, let's not lie here. Let's not come here and be doing hype men. Mexico ran ring around us, but I'm only judging based on the circumstances that we face. Gerardo Martino, I've been with this Mexican team now for like 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. This team have been together for long. Some of them play in the MLS, some of them play back home, and then a few of them are scattered across Europe. They are together, they've been together for a very long time. They are in high spirit, they are in buoyant spirit. Compared to Nigeria, who's coming from, between December and now, we've had 3 coaches coach the national team. We've failed to qualify. We went to the African Cup of Nations in January. We didn't do well. We didn't qualify for the World Cup. The spirits are down. Compared to Mexico, who are going to the World Cup. It's a different conversation. So it doesn't even give you much. I mean, once of them came in the second, it doesn't even give you much to rate them. Like, okay, really, what's the meat in this game to rate them? There's not much. But from the little that they did, you give them a 5, and so let's take a 5, circumstantial 5 anyway. Circumstantial 5. Let's put it that way. Okay. Semi Pekerembi, I say, love this show. A mixture of football analysis, real life wisdom, and the Nigerian situation objective. And this make this show unique. Thank you very much. That's the prayer that I always pray. I said to myself from the beginning that I don't want to do a show where, I just come around and give you all the facts, the statistics that you already know. Let's talk. Let's share. Yes. See, let's be humans for once. Let's stop all these, calm down. I've done that for 13 years. I don't need to prove that to anybody anymore. Let's talk. What are the problems that we're facing? What are the things that are happening? What are the issues? I look forward to the days when we'll have those kind of conversations. Okay, that's this radio station. My own space is let's have conversation. That's what I always want to have. I tell my team every day. I want to have conversation with people. Yes, we're looking for numbers. We want subscribers to go up. We want to make money. Yes, we would. But let's establish it. Let people know that, if you're looking for this type of news, you know where to go. But if you go to Elevated TV radio, especially on the Sports Buffet, you are talking to somebody, a real person. You're not talking to a machine. And not a call center answering machine that gives you all the, like I used to tell Oge, when Oge will interview, ask me, invite me to a show, and she asked me a question. I said, Oge, what do you want? You want me to answer you from my heart, or you want a radio answer that will please all the listeners, get everybody excited? And she'll say, you know now. Hey, I miss Oge, my today bread, fine girl. So sometimes we've got to be real, right? We've got to be real. We're old now. We're not kids anymore. We're not trying to form and fake things and impress people anymore. We're old. We're adults now. We're the leaders of tomorrow that they were talking about 20, 25 years, 30 years ago. We're not leaders. Leaders don't pretend, don't lie to people. Fake leaders are the ones that lie. Precious say PSG would have given, okay, I've read that one before. Thank you very much, Tammy, for that compliment. I really appreciate it. Tammy, in an age of modern football, force nine, high pressing teams, Madrid mindset, man management, the beauty of winning, culture shines through. I agree with you 100%. Be honest, would say, is it a workable plan for the NFF to get 1K 10-year-old boys across the 36 states and place in 36 camps and place 36 of our ex-internationals to coach them, and in 7 years' time, pick the best 30 for our under-17 World Cup beyond the suit? Can such a plan work? If yes, why haven't we done it? So, Iguavon, as a football director, submitted a proposal that is similar to this, that is geared towards achieving this. And his proposal was, let's have 6 centers across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria, and then have a center in our. Now, these 6 centers, you will put trained coaches. Now, one of the things I need to tell you guys is ex-footballers does not necessarily mean coaches. So don't use the word ex-footballer, use the word qualified coaches, so that we don't go and put ex-footballers who don't know anything about coaching. Because coaching is beyond just I sabi play ball. There's psychology to it. You have to go to school and study it. Okay? So you have to understand your players. Information, there's a way you pass information to somebody, it becomes poison. There's a way you pass information to somebody, it becomes fertilizer. So all of those things are things you learn in coaching school. You go to school to learn it. You get a certificate for it. So psychology is even the highest part of coaching. You see, Charlotte will call his players and ask them, what do you think we should do in this situation? How do you think we should do this one? Do you think he cannot give them order? Other coaches will give order. So there are different scenarios. I'm not saying that's the only way to the market anyway. It works for him. He's the most successful coach right now in the world. So let's use him as a case study. My point is, we have already had that proposal submitted. But the NFF too wanted to adopt it, but the lack of funding is the biggest problem. Beyond that, Sani Lulu in 2000 had already started a process like that. And then competitions like the GT Bank, Principal Cup, and the Copa Coca-Cola also helped. Okay? Those are the competitions that threw up people like Wankali, Tawani, and even Victor Osimhen, a host of all these players, Kelechi Iheanacho. But fortunately, the economy did not allow it to continue. So those things have also affected us. It's like looking at the NBA if you're in the US. Remove the NCAA project. Remove school sports, the collegiate sports. NBA will crumble. Where would they get their draft from? America is a great system, but where would the draft come from if you don't have the foundation of the collegiate sports, the school sports that is functional? So that's the same thing with Nigeria. That idea, bro, is a very valid and perfect one. I'm a product of youth form. I signed to play in Nigerian League before my 18th birthday. Just think about it for a minute. Before my 18th birthday, I'm talking real age. Oh. This, I mean, I didn't come from the era where you can change your age. My mother will kill yourself. That's a girl woman. You go change your age. You not die. I'm not going to say she never even the waste time. She before 3 seconds, she'll tell you this one was born 1977 year. This one was this my breast. You know, that's so then they think that people like me don't feel which lie with my age in the first place. I'm a product of youth, there are a lot of people like that. But unfortunately, the country has gone the way it has gone. So some of these things, they are great ideas. They now look like something you can only do in a utopian country situation where we are right now in a dystopian situation, which is very, very bad. But I mean, it's something that if we had done it, we would really make progress. Well, my Facebook people, I've not abandoned you people. I'm seeing your messages. Yes, Oye, say good morning, sir. The Liverpool defense let them down again last weekend, especially Trent and Van Dijk. They were busy shadow marking and keeping offside trap. The attackers did their best, but Couture didn't give them joy. Christopher Martin Okonkwo said Barcelona in good form would definitely beat Real Madrid in Champions League finals. Barcelona in good form. That's a caveat. What of Real Madrid in good form? So let's find the balance. Remember, the very bestest of the bestest era of Barcelona, Real Madrid still went on to win more Champions League than Barcelona in that era. Let's not forget that conversation. So before you throw this thing up, find the balance to the conversation so that we don't put it on one side. Now we're almost at the end of the race. Let me bring up the transfer gist that we have. Tell you what your clubs are hoping to get. Liverpool's Senegal striker Sadio Mane is the biggest conversation. See, I'm going to say this up front. Sadio Mane going to leave Barcelona if that deal works. Sadio Mane will be a flop. One thing we need to know is Liverpool currently is like Ajax. The way they work these players, the way they set up the team, the engine to work collectively together. There is not a team you can go to with this mentality, this play, and be able to adapt. So I think that if Liverpool, Barcelona goes on to sign a Sadio Mane, they are going to be signing a spend first, a burnt-out player, just like when Eden Hazard was signed to Madrid. This is me putting it up front. I'm not wishing him bad. I'm celebrating him. He's a great African player. He's achieved a whole lot this year. But this is me just putting it up front, and time will tell whether I'm right, I'm wrong, or wrong. I can be wrong anyway. I'm not perfect. I predicted that Italy will go to the World Cup and get to the finals. They didn't make it even to the World Cup. So, and they are Congo as well. So, I'm not infallible. But I'm just saying this up front. Okay, Liverpool Senegal striker Sadio Mane will tell the club he wants to leave this summer. Bayern Munich are close to agreeing a deal worth £4 million for Liverpool's Sadio Mane. Thank God is going to Bayern Munich. But why does Bayern Munich need him anyway? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Liverpool have made contact with representative of Barcelona, France winger Ousmane Dembele, who's a free agent from next month. Okay, Barcelona's Dembele is also being pursued by Chelsea, according to Mundo Deportivo via the Mirror. Liverpool are considering a bid for Tottenham South Korea forward Son Heung-min, 29. His Spurs failed to finish the Premier League top 4. That's an old story because they've already been in top 4. Manchester City forward Gabriel Jesus, 25, will resolve his future after returning from Brazil duty. Interest from Arsenal, according to the Manchester Evening News. That's someone people should take serious. And those people once quoted our stories from our YouTube channel when we interviewed Odiel Gallo and also when we interviewed Martin Tyler. Villarreal and Spain defender Pau Torres, 25, is edging closer to a move to Manchester United after his agent traveled to England to continue discussions with the Old Trafford giant. Excuse me, guys. West Ham and Southampton are monitoring development with 20-year-old Red Bull Salzburg and Austrian striker Junior Adamu. When they start calling these names and saying that they are Austrian players, I laugh. Leicester City are interested in signing Manchester United English midfielder James Garner, 21, after he pressed on loan to Nottingham Forest. And congratulations to Nottingham Forest for gaining promotion. The only person that I can see his face in this promotion is the late Uncle Digitinubu. Salute to you, rest on, sir. Arsenal have quoted Benfica 8.5 million for 30-year-old German goalkeeper Ben Leno. Please let him just go fast. Can even let him go for free. Leeds United Brazil forward Raphinha, 25, may favor a move to Manchester United over Barcelona because he loves to stay in England. Bournemouth and Rangers are interested in 29-year-old Crystal Palace England keeper Jack Butland, as well as Aston Villa and Southampton are among a group of clubs chasing Peterborough's 19-year-old English defender Ronnie Edward. Tottenham have told Villarreal they want 17 million for 26-year-old Argentine midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso. Okay, and Tottenham are closing in on a deal to sign Croatia winger Ivan Perisic, 33, from Inter Milan. Why do you guys need him? Okay, Paris Saint-Germain are keen on signing Everton's 25-year-old Brazil forward Richarlison. Let's see how that goes. Barcelona are interested in Sevilla and France Jules Candy, 23, or Napoli's and Senegal's Koulido Koulibaly, who is 30, as new centre back. Barcelona, you're starting a new project. Stop signing old players. And Koulibaly, I don't think Napoli wants to sell him anyway. But what do I know? We've come to the very end of a beautiful show today, Monday. I like it when we start the week on a very, very good and bright note. And I think we have done that with this. We look forward to the Super Eagles playing their next game against Ecuador. And one of the things that I like to say, when we have a new coach, my responsibility is to put up all the best and positive expectation on them. The time to criticize constructively, the time to judge will come. But I always say, I was saying in the forum yesterday that, look, in my journey in the media, I have worked in a space where criticism was the order of the day. We cook up criticism for no reason. It doesn't work. I am not going to be part of that. Even if I'm going to criticize, I'm going to give you a parallel of what should be right, what should be done. I'm going to also make effort to play my own part and my own role in making it right. If it doesn't work, I sell my own. One of the things that we should stop doing is, if you give people advice, they don't take it, doesn't mean that you should not run them down. That's something we should practice in this part of the world. Yes, it's been a wonderful show today. Thank you to every of you who joined in on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. God bless you guys. We're back to the numbers that we used to have again. And the subscriber base is going up again. 10,000 subscribers is now beginning to look like very, very realistic in the next couple of weeks. We're 9,872. Just got up 2 additional subscribers this morning. Please tell your friends, if you enjoy what we do here, tell your friends, tell people that you know. Those of you who sacrifice your sleep to spend 1 hour with us, I really appreciate it. God bless you. It's time for me to prepare myself. I joined the blessing also on Silverbird Sports Cafe this morning from 10 to 10. I want to say massive thank you to every one of you who support this channel. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we were losing subscribers. We lost 1,716. I was like, wow, what did we do? Who did we offend? Where did we go get it all wrong? We went to Dubai. It's not a crime now. Why is everybody just unsubscribing to us? Well, hey, the numbers are back again. We're where we are hoping. We are not where we want to be, but we're in the right projection. We're moving in the right direction. We just hope that our numbers will keep going up. Please help us to announce us to the world. Help us to advertise us. Tell people that you love what you get here and they should join us. God bless you. Once again, my name is Adamu. Matteo Moretto. You love to come in the Legato Sports. It's been a sports buffet with you this morning. Thank you for being with me and for giving me your views and opinion. God bless you and have for yourself a lovely and a wonderful day ahead. Whoa.